Today we are finally checking out the newest ultimate weapon added to the game, Crime and Punishment. But before we jump into testing it out, I wanted to talk a little about the grind it took for us to actually get it. You can get this new melee weapon from the new dungeon, Legion Laboratory. After completing the mission and defeating the dungeon boss, you have a chance to get one of the sword blueprints along with the new material, Hyper Adhesive. Honestly, for me the grind wasn't that bad at all. I was consistently getting a blueprint in almost every run, and the only time I had to use the target reward system was for the gold blueprint. I actually ended up finishing all the blueprints needed to fully enhance the weapon way before I even had enough materials. Also, I got pretty lucky. I had 2 separate runs where I got extra material drops. My main complaint though is with the dungeon itself. Like we mentioned before, it feels a little too similar to other missions that are already in the game.
For me, the grind was pretty much like it's been for most of the recent stuff we've grinded for. In the beginning, I didn't really get... I guess I had it easy one time, but for the crime punishment, I didn't get anything really for like a day. However many times we ran it, I didn't really get anything, and then a day or two later, I got most everything I needed as far as the blueprints go. And one run, I actually got one of everything. And I knew it was possible, but I've never seen it. I got one polymer, fiber, nanotube, and blueprint. So I got one of everything on one run. And it just kind of comes down to the way it always is. There's no real rush. You're going to get it. And ultimately, I'm going to always have the blueprints. And you've already said it, before I get the materials. I'm still trying to grind out the materials because I'm still missing at least 1, maybe 2 upgrades to the sword. So overall grind, pretty standard.
So guys, with all that being said, let's begin. Okay, now we are going to test these swords. They are pretty much fully maxed out. I mean, they're missing some enhancement in their unique ability. And let me get to the thing.
We don't have the best cores or perks on it either. It could be better, but it's pretty good.
We tried to make a build with it, mostly trying to make it just stronger overall. We don't know if it's worth building for crits because we saw that I have a 5% crit base. We don't know if that's a good idea to try to get the crit better or higher. We don't know if it will work good with characters that can crit, like Hailey for example. We just tried to make it stronger overall. We didn't try to make an amazing build, just stronger. And we don't like swords. We never liked Shadow or the Manos, Deus Ex.
The Deus, Manus, whatever it is.
They improved them later, but we never really liked them. The biggest problem was how stuck you are when you're using them.
This sword, I feel like you move a little better. Yeah, with the Shadow you can dash, but I don't like that sword at all. I just don't like it. I know some people do, I don't. You're not going to change my mind.
I mean, Clawless is strong enough to get through bridge tracking. Again, we think bridge tracking is one of the hardest in-game content you can do for mobbing. And we decided to use Ajax because we want to mostly just use the sword, no skills. The only skills we're using with Ajax is to keep our ammo high with his shield.
I think this sword's actually quite good for what it is. It moves pretty good. It does good damage. No, we don't have the best. You can move. But I mean, let's face it. Aside from having to hit my skills a little bit, you can pretty much play this game with just your mouse. Just hold down left click, and then when you need some better ammo, right click, and then left click.
Oh yeah,
that's it. Unless you want to use skills. And there's very few situations where you're going to play the game like this, where you're just going to use the sword. I think if you use the sword the way they want you to, with skills, it's not that bad. And I like that I can move a little bit with this sword, not completely stuck in place.
Yeah, mister, thank you for reminding me about the unique ability. I completely forgot. You have this special ammo you can collect if you right-click and hit an enemy with it. I was completely forgetting about that feature here.
That's way better that way.
Yeah, because then you do more damage. So yeah, if you be sure to do that if you're using this sword. I guess the only sword that I don't mind, and I have used multiple times before, is the Hypernova because of the range. And I don't feel like it disrupts my gameplay as much because I just throw it and I keep using my skills.
I mean, this isn't practical though. Usually we'd be using some skills, doing something. Right now, I mean, yeah, we're using skills, but not really just to support our sword gameplay. That's the only reason we're using skills.
Yeah. And if you see the letters on the right side, you haven't used this sword. At the beginning we thought it was glitch. We thought that was just for the laboratory, but it's part of the unique ability. The higher your score, the better overall, I think. Like the stats from the unique ability.
The other thing that's really good about this sword is the single target. The single target, It seems to work pretty good. The weird thing is the cores. It's like the cores that you have to choose from.
Oh,
I think it works really good on the, what are they called? The Tyrants. It kind of works on the Tyrants.
Yeah, clearly the sword. Look at this guy. Like, aside from getting punched from him, he's doing good damage. Clearly has potential. Yeah.
It's just really weird because if you just use the sword, you almost don't even need to use your keyboard hand.
No, I just holding down the left click on the mouse. And
We
just
have a bunch
looking.
of range on this thing too. I think
Yeah.
we have decent range and attack speed and I don't know, it's really weird. I don't mind it.
I think if they have introduced this sword first, before the Shadow and before the Deus, I would have not mind the melee gameplay as much.
Yeah. I still think they're testing it in this game to make sure they can make it work in their other game.
Yeah, guys, there's a game called Vindictus, I think it's called. That is by Nexon, if I'm not mistaken. That is basically First Descendant 2.0, but like medieval ages with melee weapons mostly.
But that's not a new game. I mean, that is a new game, but I think they've made other Vindictus games before, so it's not like this is the first time they've ever done it.
Well, we had this theory that we don't know if it's true,
I
of
just
course.
feel like that's what they're doing.
It feels like they are
but
using
maybe
us
I'm
as
wrong.
test subjects, yeah. Oh
He's gonna
my
suck
god,
the
look at that!
Oh, we kind of destroyed him.
Okay, the sword is strong. Yeah, we kind of destroy him. But now let's try to get these guys. Can't see anything. There's so much visual
Wait, there's
clarity
one
when we are
guy.
using this. Where he is at? Oh, no. Why is that guy connected to him? Dude,
He's in the thing. He's
is
in the
inside the
ground.
map? No, you're kidding me. Wait.
He's in the map.
Oh my god. Oh, we've somehow got it. Yeah.
I think it's best if, like, you're gonna use it on something like that. I don't think it's great. I mean, it works fine for clearing mobs and stuff, but you just use a skill for that.
So guys, to wrap up this video, we wanted to cover a tiny bit what we said as a summary in that testing. Well, first, don't be like me. Be sure you collect the secondary ammo because then you can do way more damage with the sword. I always forget to use the unique ability. I don't know why. But yeah, it makes a huge difference on damage, so don't forget. And like we said, we don't care about swords in the game, but we think this one is better than the Shadow and the Deus. We are not saying this like statistically. For us, this one feels better. Maybe the other ones are stronger, but for us, this one feels better. And overall, we care about the Hypernova because of the range and the movement you can have with it. And I don't know, anything else you want to add, mister?
You still can't really move. I mean, you move, but it's just because he's, like, spinning circles and lunging and stuff, so that's still... The movement's still annoying, but it is... I still think it's better. I think it's better. I still think I like the Hypernova best just because of the way that sword works, the mechanics on it, but this one seems good. It seems really good for taking out yellow bars, red bars, the tyrants, stuff like that. It seems to work pretty darn good. I really didn't expect it to be as good as it was. And it works good for clearing mobs. It just would be quicker to use a skill, I think. So if you pair it with skills, which this test that we did isn't practical, you're probably not going to play like that. I think the sword's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but I think it's not too bad.
We keep saying it throughout the videos. At the point that we are in the game, we want efficiency over having fun because we're just trying to like grind the newest thing and that's it. So if you're just trying new stuff, the sword is good enough for having some fun in the game. It's strong enough to get through the really strong content. But again, if you're playing in pubs and you have a Daya, I don't know if you're going to have any targets to kill at the end because Daya's really quick with her skill and she's really strong. So let us know down in the comments how you guys feel about Crime and Punishment, and thank you so much for watching.